Ian?
I have a very important question.
Okay.
Is it luck or is it skill?
That we've been managing to do almost 500 episodes of a show? Luck.
No. So earlier today, Apex adjacent, cars, music, blah, blah, blah. Earlier today, I was driving around on some surface streets. And you know the surface streets in Denver, they have snow and ice long after the main roads.
Yeah, it sticks around for a while. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Especially if you get that magic combination of like north facing and like big trees, and that's just it, shielding it from the sun.
And the fact that everyone drives on it right when it snows, so it just packs it into ice instantly because guess what? People have to go places.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was on the surface streets. I was with my wife, and I noticed one of these surface street intersections coming up. So I did what everybody does, and I turned off the traction and stability control and made a right-hand turn and pulled the handbrake and slid, did the whole, like, got a big angle, opposite lock, mad at the throttle and, powered out of it, and wheels are spinning the engine's thing, and I'm doing like 10 miles an hour.
Right. Yes.
It's the best. And it was a narrow thing. There was cars and other obstacles or whatever.
Wow.
And I do this every time it snows.
Right.
And every time it snows, my wife is like, "You're going to hit something." And I never do. And she's like, as she told me today, "I think it's luck that you've never hit anything." And I was like, "Really?" You think I'm just like pulling the head and just hoping for the best?
I will say that there are elements that you can control and there are elements that you can't.
Yes. And I will say I leave lots of margin. So I'm not doing this at like 30 miles an hour.
Right. Yes.
I'm going very slow. And I am leaving margin, and I know how to stop the car and blah, blah, blah. But obviously I'm not perfect, and I will make a mistake at some point, but
sure.
It's been luck every time it snowed in the last 20 years.
That's a pretty good run, buddy. That's a pretty good run.
I mean, that's where all of my luck is going, because I don't know if you've ever played cards with me or anything like that, because I have the worst luck.
I like that. I like that that's where it's being allocated on snowdrift.
We figured it out.
I mean, that's not a bad thing.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, if you're picking. I'm trying to think of where all my luck gets allocated, because it's not electronics, god damn it, because I look like I'm in a Beastie Boys video. I look like we just spent the last hour troubleshooting your webcam. Yeah, I'm about to ask you what you want. Yeah.
A webcam that works.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. Where does all my luck go, Ian?
I think, mechanical skill.
Yeah, but I think that's more recent than it was in the past. I think that's a reallocation from other places. I don't know. I've had a few lucky breaks in my life.
Yeah.
But nothing as consistent as your lucky snowdrift consistency.
Right.
That is also 100% luck.
Totally luck. It's going to run out anytime now.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that it's one of those things where I was thinking about this when we saw Run the Jewels, right? And we saw Deltron 3030, Kid Koala, Dell, and Dan the Automator open up for Run the Jewels.
Yeah.
And just being in awe of Kid Koala's turntablism skills.
Yeah.
Like, for somebody who does not understand like the technical thing that is going on, it does seem like luck every time.
Yeah, or magic.
Right, or magic. You're exactly right. Mm-hmm. But him executing all of those cuts and stuff from the Deltron albums, picture perfect, like they were when they recorded night after night, it's just the same as somebody hitting a guitar lick, right? Yeah. It is a precision thing, and it is talent, right? Like honed talent.
Yeah.
And so I feel like, like your driving is a honed talent. You've done this a whole bunch of times.
Right.
If you changed cars every year and like you had a front wheel drive car, you had a rear wheel drive car, you had a big car, you had a little car, like, yes, you would still like, it'd be like, I don't know, like a guitar player suddenly being handed a bass, or, like you've seen, people like drummers play guitar like they play the drums, right? Like in a very percussive manner. Like you would still have like some technical stuff happening, but you could tell like it wasn't like your native instrument, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I've been playing the Haldex all-wheel drive
yes.
for a long time. Yeah.
Yes, you've been hitting that power chord for quite a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. I mean, you have nerve endings in that car.
Yeah.
You do.
Well, no, this was in the blue car.
But still, it's not that different, right?
No, it's a front-wheel drive biased, all-wheel drive thing.
Right.
So is the Saab.
Right.
So is my car. Like, so yeah, I've had them all sideways in the snow a lot.
The thing about the Saab though was that there was a huge luck element in executing those turns. Right?
The biggest element of luck was when I turned the key every morning.
Right.
Will it start?
Yes, Ian. Yeah. No, I get it. From the outside, you're right. It does seem like magic. It does seem
well, I think
impossible. It seems impossible.
Yeah, well, I think it's also like I think a lot about like that track day that PETA and I did together.
Yeah.
Where we were within a second or two of each other on track. But the way that same lap time felt from the passenger seat versus from the driver's seat is wild.
Yes.
Right. And the lap times were not that different. They really weren't. But it felt wildly different from the passenger seat. Right.
Right. Yeah.
Because when you put an input in, that the weight transfer is coming.
Right.
And so you have like a split second to like clench that butt muscle,
Yes. Where like in the passenger seat, like, the turn is coming up, the braking is happening, but you don't know to what degree. You don't know the exact timing of it. You don't have a wheel to hold yourself, know, like all that stuff. Yeah. So you're kind of, I don't know, you're bound like at that point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You have limited nerve endings at that point. Yeah.
You just have different inputs than you do in the driver's seat.
Yeah. So. Right. The immediacy that you're afforded when you're driving is completely gone as a passenger. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be really funny if like when you were riding with me in the Saab and you got real quiet when we went down those S's, when you felt the back end step out, if I just looked over at you and I went, I don't know either. you would have lost your shit.
You're getting out. Yeah.
Why did do that?
Yeah, that's still easily in my like top 10 most sketchy feelings I've ever had in a car.
Well, yeah, it's a fast front wheel drive car on a track. Yes, it is sketch from the get go.
Oh, I thought you were talking about in Dusty Rusty on 285. That's what I was talking about.
Oh no, I was talking about high plains in the Vigan.
That was not as sketchy, I feel like, as Dusty Rusty in the mountains.
Yes, you are correct.
That was one of the scarier things I've experienced from the passenger seat of a car.
Yeah, because it had more boost. It was faster in second gear.
Yep.
And it wandered a lot more, and the brakes were way worse.
Yeah, and you could feel all of that. It was scary. Yeah. I'm sure for the driver, you seemed calm, so you knew what was happening. So that was fine. But for the passenger seat, it felt wild.
Yeah. No, I had a very similar experience on an adjacent road. when I was helping Chad with his lifted Toyota Tacoma.
Mm.
And you've seen that thing, right?
Yeah.
Like you've been up close to it, I think, right? I can't remember.
I don't think I have. I've seen pictures of it.
Okay, yeah. I don't think you were there at the Lemons race on Sunday. You would come by, I think, on Saturday, maybe. I can't remember. But yeah, I mean, the tires are so huge and the thing is just massive. And he was hucking it on mountain curves. And like he was carving the canyon in a lifted truck. And like the body, like I'm like,
right.
The body roll's insane. It's like if you rode in a stadium truck, you know?
Right. You're like dragging your ear on the pavement. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And I was just like, he does this all the time. He does this all the time. He knows his car.
I'm sure it's fine.
He's been driving it since it was brand new. Yeah. So, yeah. But I totally get it. It seems like magic from the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, you are Indiana Jonesing that hat every single time.
Right.
Yep. Magic Man, Ian.
Any hoozle,
Ian.
What else do we have today?
We need to do an Oops Part 2, Ian, because I need to show you some more cars that we missed for our listener cars special.
Oopsie doozy, oopsie part doozy.
Whoopsie Poopsie Volume 2.
Whoopsie Poopsie Volume 2. I like that. Okay.
Yeah, so here, let's go ahead and do that. So our buddy Al, let me switch over to there. Our buddy Al sent in, show us your cars for 2024. And Al, you're first in the folder for 2025, along with our buddy Jacob. Okay, so Ian, here you go. I'm just going to show you these, and here you go. Okay, boom. Ian, car number 1. Tell people about it.
Yes, RX-7. This is an FB.
Yeah, first generation in the States.
Oh, this is the first generation in the States. Okay.
Yes.
Which I think was the FB, right? Do I have that right?
I'm not sure.
I don't remember. Anyway, yes, older RX-7, pop-up headlights. Gold basket wheels.
Yes.
The best.
Right? A perfect paint. The body looks amazing. It's a 1984 Mazda RX-7.
Yes.
Yeah. He bought 2 first gens out of a garage where they had been sitting dormant for over a decade.
Wow.
Right? Owner had big plans and life got in the way. He knew nothing about rotary engines and bought them. Quickly enrolled in the University of YouTube. Hey guys, right? And spent the next year or so becoming an expert on RX-7s because no shop in the world will touch one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. My plan was to turn the 2 cars into one really nice one. Eventually got both of them running and sold the other for more than I paid for both cars. Decided to keep the little silver bullet, and it's the greatest.
Yeah. I mean, this thing looks amazing.
Right?
These are such cool cars. It's cool that it still has a rotary and that it's working.
Right. Yeah.
I can't imagine, because rear main seal is the thing with this. So I got to imagine.
Apex seals.
Apex seals.
Yeah.
But I got to imagine, sitting for a decade.
Oh.
That rubber's just gone, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Those, I mean, that's just a rebuild. That's just a rebuild, right? Yeah.
But man, good on you. This thing's awesome.
Right. And just the perfect height, the perfect amount of meaty meat on the tires, all of that stuff, right?
Those wheels are great.
Yeah. Yeah. Ian, I mean, he hit us with 3 awesome cars. Here's number 2, Ian.
Hell yeah.
Okay. What we're looking at here is a delightful candy apple red Subaru Vivio, Vivio, GXR. Life hack, go get a Japanese K car right now and everything will be instantly better. I bought this
what I appreciate about this car is that the volume of the hood scoop is bigger than the displacement of the engine.
Yes, right? Yeah, the hood scoop width to overall car width ratio. Yeah.
Yes.
All of it. Cartoonish. Yeah. He bought it from a friend that had it imported a few years ago. 660cc 4-cylinder engine with a supercharger.
Hell yeah.
It makes all the right noises, but only about 65 horsepower.
That's so great.
He says it's not a Hellcat, it's a heck kitten. Yeah.
I like that.
He took it on a Lemons rally last summer, and you have not lived until you spent 4 days crossing half the country in a right-hand drive K car. I nicknamed it Oyabon. Oyabun? I don't know the reference. Yeah. Here's another picture of Oyabon.
Oh, right? So great.
I know. It's fantastic. Yeah.
He's got the realtor lens on there to make it look bigger.
Right? Yes. And I love that mural behind him.
It's really cool, yeah.
It's making me think of the graphics from that game I told you about, Ballionaire.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. That game is like a Price is Right acid trip. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Then lastly, Ian, boom, Nissan 350Z. Yep, track day, sunny, weekend car. Owned it for 12 years and it's been nearly flawless. Probably the most reliable car I've ever owned.
Wow.
Yep. So amazing cars, Al.
Yeah, that's a pretty great 3-car garage.
Right? He says
we're not hauling a lot of cargo.
No. Well, he says he has a Tiguan, but that was too boring to make the cut.
Okay. Fair enough.
Tiguan. Yeah. And he found out about us from Everyone Racers. So big shout out to those guys.
Yes. Thank you.
So thank you, Al. Thank you for sending these in.
Yeah, this is great.
Right?
Man, I'm jealous of that RX-7.
I know. Hey, when was the last time you drove a rotary, Ian?
I don't think I ever have, because the only RX-7 I really drove was the Lemons one.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever driven. Oh wait, no. I've driven an RX-8. Oh, okay. I've driven an RX-8. I've driven a couple of RX-8s. What am I talking about? Yes.
Okay.
I've never driven a rotary RX-7. That's what I should say.
Right. Right.
I've driven a non-rotary RX-7 and I've driven a few RX-8s.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you think? What's the Ian impression? And I assume it was not at altitude, or was it at altitude?
No, it was not at altitude.
Okay.
I don't think I ever drove one at altitude. No, I did. I drove one in Denver and I drove 2 or 3 of them in Oklahoma.
Are we just unlocking your memories that you have repressed? So. Like, what? Yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, because there was a period of time where I was kind of cross-shopping a bunch of stuff with my R32, and RX-8s were on that list for sure.
Sure.
And I remember them being fun, but it didn't feel fast.
Right.
But I never got to drive it I've never gotten to drive one in anger, really. Like I've gotten to hoon it on a street as much as you can on a test drive sort of thing.
Okay.
But that's kind of the extent of it.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. Like never really play with like the balance and all of that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That like the chassis and the engine combo is so great for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the RX-7 that I drove, I wouldn't say that was like a sorted example.
No, it was not.
So
it was this generation, or no, it was the second gen, right? Yeah, it was the second gen. It wasn't this.
No, generation. It was older than this because it was a 79 or something. So it was it was an even older version of this generation.
Yeah, with the Fox body swap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
with the 302.
Yeah,
engine. Yeah,
paper mache springs, the whole thing.
Yeah, that was
pink spark plugs.
The pink spark plugs.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I have not driven a rotary at altitude. I've driven second gen RX-7's 10th anniversary, which is one of the turbo versions. Sweet. So I have driven a turbo RX-7, and I've driven a normally aspirated second gen RX-7 as well. Yeah, okay. I was kind of obsessed with them for a little bit, like late high school. I had a friend of mine that really got into him. He was the one that I told you about that, like, I mean, this is, mid 90s. So you could only like get stuff through like catalogs, and he had like little conversion charts for all the metric to PSI stuff, little things that he had printed out, on the home dot matrix printer, you know, and like taped to his A-pillar and stuff. So he would know, like, have reference for like how much boost he was making.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Imagine doing a poll and referencing a dot matrix printout.
Right. And then having to do math.
Right.
Yeah.
That seems incredibly unsafe.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Wherever you are, Clayton, I hope you're still able to be a boosty boy. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Okay. Right on. Well, besides your luck and besides Al's fantastic cars, what do you want to talk about tonight, buddy?
Dave, we have some karting content to talk about.
We do. We've been kart boys lately.
Yeah, you went karting. I'm about to go karting.
Okay.
So I want to hear about your karting experience first.
Well, you know that we have a poly kart relationship, right?
Yes.
Yes, this is an open poly pan kart relationship. Yeah, electric's thrown in there too, whenever it has to be.
Well, are you saying that we use battery-powered appliances like in a pinch?
We do. If just to get the job done, Ian.
Yeah. If you're not quite there, sometimes you got to bust out the battery-powered appliance.
That's perfectly fine.
Yeah. So, and you know what? I think it enhances our relationship. I'm not threatened by it.
Me neither.
What are we talking about again?
Karting. Wow.
Right.
Okay. My Amazon purchase history. No. Well, you and I went karting first when our buddy Peter couldn't make it down from the mountains. Yes. You took Nico karting, and then for grown-up karting, I showed up, and you and I went karting.
Correct.
Yes. So how...
You're not talking about this yet? I thought we did.
No. Yeah. How was it with Nico this time around? How's his kart progress going? He
did great. It's been a little bit since he's been in the kart, but he picked it right back up and set his best time ever. I still think one thing that I was noticing was that he's really like over driving the corners.
Right, like following the course. Like if you were to like treating a turn like a turn, right?
Right. And there's definitely, it was, that long section in the back where you're going towards the like slow down section where there's the big slow down sign. And there's like those two turns there. And I'm like, I can see that you're turning the wheel too much.
Right.
You need to turn the wheel less, which means I know that you're not picking your eyes up enough because it means you're like looking at the corner instead of like where you want to go, because then you would realize you don't have to turn that much.
Right.
So like kind of working on that, he like was making improvements because the first turn, I mean, he was like this around those quarters. And then, I got him to be kind of like at least here.
Okay.
So he wasn't quite so dramatic, and he shaved off several seconds.
Nice.
And was like handling traffic better because I was like, do not look at the cart in front of you. Just look where you want to go and just be aware of the cart.
Okay.
Because he was before kind of getting fixation on the cart in front of him and just like getting stuck behind anyone he would catch.
Yep. So. Yeah. And then just parked there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, he did great, and he got to do a bunch of karting and loved it.
Nice. Okay. That's good. Yeah. We need to wire his helmet up for radio so that you can coach him.
Such a good idea.
Yeah.
And I want him to roast us while we're karting.
This is the thing. Yeah. So I do have a headset that is ready to go for him that he will be able to talk to both of us while we're karting.
That's such a great idea.
Yeah. You, me, and PETA. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Right?
He's going to learn so many new words.
We'll keep it very PG, and he will provide us with orca whale facts and our lap times.
I like it.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So then you and I threw down. We had a few heats by ourselves, right? And then we had a little bit of rando traffic. Nothing crazy, right?
No. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I mean, I seem to remember we had a couple of heats where we had traffic and they were like dramatically slower, which is always a fun and interesting thing when you're like closing on someone really, really fast.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was a fun one. We did we both were in the 29s.
We were both in the 29s. Yeah, it was pretty cold, but we still got in the 29s. Yeah. It was
and
a good
day. We did our normal like 3/10 apart.
Yeah.
Thing.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good time. Great. Nice. Yeah.
Well done, everybody.
Yeah, good job. High fives. And then, Peter and I went, and we had a good time. We threw down like 4 heats. He was able to squeeze some in. Nice. Yeah, on a trip down to Denver. And yeah, we had a great time. Just, it was super cold. I think it was, I don't know, maybe 20 degrees, something like that. So and yeah, I don't think either of us got into the 29s. I think maybe he did, but I know I had a 30.035.
Oh,
I know, right? Yeah.
The best is when, and at that point it had been cold for days too. So the floor was really cold too, right?
Yeah.
The best is when it's been warm out and then there's a dramatic drop in temperature. So you get like the cold air, but the floor still has a bunch of heat in it.
Right.
That is the best.
Yes. In the morning time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Or you're like evening, like if something is like blowing in the afternoon and like a front comes in and drops the air temperature dramatically.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's the best.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was a good time. Yeah. Fair amount of karting. Oh yeah. And when you and I were karting, I think this was the first time I ever pulled into the pits because my kart was so bad.
Yes. I forgot about this because I'm glad you brought this up because I was doing laps and I had pulled out. I was in front of you to begin with.
Uh-huh.
And then I didn't see you. And I was like, I don't know what's happening. And then I noticed because you can look at your lap time if you have the presence of mind to look up at the screen.
Yeah, on that one spot of the lap. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see at least your relative position pretty easily. And sometimes you can even read the lap times if you're fast enough.
Yeah.
And I noticed my lap time wasn't changing.
Right.
And that your lap time was not changing.
Yes.
You were ahead of me. And I was like, I feel like I'm driving fast and I'm not seeing him. So like, I just assumed that there was something wrong with the timing on my kart.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And so I did that for like a couple more laps.
Yeah.
Before I noticed you're in the pit.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, well, I don't know. Am I supposed to stop? And then I was like, well, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make sure my tires are hot for whenever they turn the timing back on.
Yes. Yeah.
So then I started driving really aggressively just to get some heat in the tires.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And then you came out and then like stopped on track. And I was like, what's happening?
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I think you were just letting me by.
Yeah, I was, they told me to just go whenever it was safe. And this was a heat where it was just you and I. So it was like,
right.
Yeah. So, and when you do that, like they have you pull the opposite way out of the pits, which is, very unsettling. Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, we've been there a billion times. We know that track like in our sleep. And so like, I knew exactly when, to go. So it was like, I'm just leaving now. And yeah, it was fine. But like, that kart was so bad, Ian. It was so bad. It was one of the worst karts. I think I put everything I could into it and I got a 34.
Yeah, that's
which
no good.
Is crazy.
Like 5 seconds off your normal pace.
Right.
On a 30-second lap. That's huge.
Yeah. Yeah. It was that it was so slow, like under full acceleration. I was like, oh, wow. Like I have time to think about how bad this is.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh God, I have to be alone with my thoughts? That's why I'm karting. So I don't have to be. Yeah. I'm
reading a newspaper.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah. So there you go. So you have more karting coming up?
Yes, I am going to Las Vegas for work.
Okay.
And instead of gambling, what I like to do is go to record stores and go-kart tracks. And I have made the maybe mistake of letting my coworkers know, and I think some of them are going to come to the go-kart track with me. And now the question is, how much do I let them see how competitive I can get with karting? Like, how aggressive should I be? Like, if they're in my way, do I give them the bump, or do I play it a little more cool than normal?
Okay. All right. So are any of these coworkers your superiors? Do you report to any of these individuals?
Sure don't.
Fucking send it, dude. Yeah. No. Are they doing your reviews, your yearly evals?
Well, but here's the other thing. It's not even that so much. It's like, when I have another coworker who will remain nameless, who's a very good gambler.
Okay. Sure.
Like a legitimately like really good, nearly professional gambler.
Sure. Yeah.
And there are times when I think, oh, Jesus, this guy has a problem. Okay. Right? When you like, if you happen upon somebody who has like a weird esoteric hobby and they're really good at it, there's some part of you that thinks like, fucking weirdo, like, what are you doing with your life?
Okay.
I think that's more my concern, right? It's sort of my version of like letting my freak flag fly.
Yes.
And I tend to be more guarded around my coworkers.
I understand. And I am definitely that way as well. I definitely relate to that. Mm-hmm. I think that the way that I would play it is that I wouldn't be aggressive, but I would not hesitate to pass, to dive bomb, to do all of the stuff, right? Like I would probably not just do the like little bumpy bumps, right? Because you're not going to be moving them out of your way,
Okay. Yeah.
You're like, yeah, that's you. But I think like I think that there's two things. I think that when you are the person that's just like you don't really say much, but then you fucking annihilate everyone, what's cooler than that?
That's right? True. That's true.
And then I think that there is something about like the times when we were growing up specifically that really hook into this, where it's like, I don't want people to see the thing that I'm doing that I like, because I know I'm going to be criticized. I'm going to be made fun of, right? All of that stuff. And I wish that I could say that like mentally I have shaken all of that stuff, like that, those kinds of hangups or reservations and stuff like that. But that kind of stuff, I still carry some with me, and there's nothing to be ashamed of. And if you're known as the guy that like you make the cart trip memorable, in a hilarious way, then I think that that's awesome, know?
Yeah.
So I am very interested to hear how it goes.
Yeah. I went to the same kart track last year at the same trip, and I went with Mental from Everyone Racers, and then I did a bunch of heats by myself.
Okay.
But I was amongst friends.
Yes. No, I get it. I get it. The way that you and I are when we kart together is different than how like we did a team building axe throwing thing at work this year, right? And so like how I was with them in that setting is not how I am with you karting, right? I was definitely more reserved, Yeah. I had all my clothes on at that. People don't know we kart in the buff.
Didn't touch my nipples once.
But yeah, I get it. Yeah. But I do like that the track. What you're getting into.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to see, like, my favorite is when, like, if you have a very competitive coworker, like if there's pre-shit talking, that's my favorite. That's my favorite. Yeah.
Oh, I'm definitely planning on going to try to like goad some people into shit talking.
Yes. Yes.
Because yes, that's more fun.
And then you could lean into your gambler friend and be like, do you want to make this a little interesting?
See? Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Pappy might not be paying for his own cart laps. Uh-huh. Yeah. So Ian, I'm very much looking forward to that. I may book a trip just to be there and you don't have to say hi to me or anything. You can treat me like a stranger. I just want to see what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I'm just loving the idea of you trying to look incognito anywhere. And especially in the desert.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I had a coworker forever ago, just out of nowhere, look at me and go, "You would be the worst ninja."
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. I'm hiding and everyone's just like, there he is.
Found him.
Yep. Uh-huh. Yep. So there you go.
Dave, okay, so I made a license plate game.
Uh-huh.
And it's so intense and overwhelming with the theme that I showed it to my wife. And I never show her these things.
Okay.
But to get you in the headspace for this license plate game,
okay,
I want to show you a Zillow listing that was going around the other day online.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's in the talkabouts.
This is the second time we've had Zillow listings on the show.
I know. And there's no cars pictured anywhere in this. But I think we both know the car that this person drives who built this house.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you what my thought is, but I want you to just, and this is in Colorado.
Yeah.
This is in Grand Junction, Colorado.
I see that in the URL. Okay.
The price has gone down since I first looked at it. Okay. So keep that in mind as well.
Okay.
Go ahead and go.
Okay.
And I want you to tell me, after you click on, I'm going to say 2, maybe 3 pictures, what car you think this person drives. And I'm gonna write my answer way down.
Okay,
at the bottom of the
in our talkabouts. Okay. All right, here we go. It is pasted, and we are going there. Oh wow. Okay, so this is a very stark, very modern house. Wow. Okay.
Now, do you notice a certain amenity? That's the picture you want to look at.
Yeah, I was going to say there's 19 TVs or something on this wall. Oh, there's 6 televisions and they're all showing sports of various kinds. And a hot tub and a stripper pole in the middle of the room and a giant chandelier. This thing is all over the place. This is a crypto bros house. That's what this is. I mean, Tesla-esque plaid or something like that. I mean, this is just, yeah.
Go ahead and scroll down.
Okay.
My answer.
Cybertruck, yes. Yes, this is a Cybertruck owner's house. Yes.
This looks like this is a Cybertruck house.
Yeah. Yes.
It is horrendous. For anyone who's not watching this, congratulations.
Yeah.
Because it is truly awful.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It's so bizarre. The kitchen, great room, open concept nonsense has a hot tub in the floor and a stripper pole.
Like you're gonna make some scrambled eggs in the morning and then just sit in the jacuzzi and watch Sports Center.
It's awful.
Yeah. Yeah. This looks like the worst place to be in the universe when all the cocaine wears off.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then the rest of it is that it's on a bunch of land that's undeveloped.
Yeah.
But they have divided up into spots for other townhomes.
Okay.
So this is clearly this person's like, I'm guessing this was massively leveraged.
Yes.
And I'm guessing that this is like some like rise and grind crypto bro.
Yes.
And I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
The NFTs.
Right. They funged.
Got hacked.
Yep.
Or they lost their password to their crypto wallet or something. But oh man. It's pretty awful.
This is insane. This is one of the worst houses I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I've looked at a lot of Zillow listings.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. And now you are in the headspace for the license plate game that I've made.
Oh boy. Oh my God.
It's going to get worse. Don't worry.
Oh, you've turned Bored Ape into a plate game.
It's exact. Yes, that's a better name for this.
Oh my God.
So if you go to the file in the current show folder called "It's the Douchepocalypse."
Oh, I see it. I see it. All right. Wow. Well, thank you for. Wow. God damn it, Ian. I'm going to be showing my wife this after we record. After we're done recording.
Horrendous.
Okay. All right. Oh boy. So this plate game, Ian. This fucking plate game.
Yeah.
All right. We have a Lamborghini Urus up top in black.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We have a Nissan Ariya in the middle in black.
Yeah.
And we have a Mercedes E350 on the bottom in black as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the license plates, Ian, Jesus Christ, these fucking plates.
They're the worst.
Go to market, G-O-T, the number 2 market.
Mm-hmm.
Porn King, P-R-N-K-N-G?
Yeah.
Unless I'm supposed to be reading that differently.
The only other thing is that possibly they own a shrimp boat.
Right. They're a prawn king.
Could be.
Yeah.
But I did take this picture in Denver. And so probably not.
Yeah. Our access to prawns is a little bit limited.
Yeah.
Okay. And then re-raise as if you're gambling. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow. God damn it, Ian. These are horrible. And I hate every one of these people. Jesus. Oh. Ian, you know I was having a tough day.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Oh boy. Okay. So
I will say I was late for an appointment with my child when I saw Porn King, and I drove around the block.
Yeah. Yeah. You were extra
several
late just
times
to get the plate.
Get back to them.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
And I almost missed him.
So
it was like close.
I think the thing that the most garish one is Porn King. Most garish car is the Urus, right? So you kind of just want to do that. But go to market seems a little bit more at home on that. I don't know. I think like go to market or Porn King on the Lamborghini Urus.
Okay.
I could see Porn King or re-raise on the Ariya. No, I'm going re-raise on the E350. Okay. And I think it is someone, like you mentioned, that is good at gambling, but they know when to get out.
Okay.
They know that an E350 is okay. They're not going for the E550.
Okay.
Right?
Interesting.
Okay.
So they're good at gambling, but not that good at gambling.
No. Because knowing when to stop is the most important part.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to go re-raise on the Mercedes.
Okay.
I'm going to go to market on the Lamborghini.
Okay.
And I'm going to go Porn King on the Ariya.
Interesting.
I know it's wrong, but this is what I'm doing.
Okay.
Mainly because I want to stop thinking about these 3 fuckers as soon as possible. Did you know that we have vetoes for license plate game? You can just share an image.
Nope. Take it away.
Exactly.
Remove it from my site.
Exactly. Yes, you get to say one Vincent Price veto over the course of our podcast run. Yes. Okay. All right, here we go. Ian?
You got one of them right.
Porn King is the Araya.
Yeah.
Wow. They're not doing well.
Yeah, that one is puzzling, I feel like. Porn King on a Nissan Araya, because we drove that car.
Yes.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
It is very not flashy. If you didn't know that it was an electric car, you would just be like, it's just like another one of those mid-size SUV things.
Right.
It is utterly unremarkable.
Right.
In every way.
Yeah.
Except for that license plate.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Now, I will say, when I took that picture, my 6-year-old was with me. And that was when I did the lap around the block, and I went back and I got the picture. And he was like, why are you taking a picture of that car? And I was like, ooh, well, it's just an interesting car.
Okay.
But the kids know that I take pictures of license plates.
Yeah.
He was like, well, I thought maybe it was for the license plate. I was like, nope, it wasn't.
Nope.
Nothing remarkable about that. It was just a regular old license plate.
They forgot to scrape the snow off the roof, so I'm gonna take a picture of that for Mr. Dave. Right?
Yeah. And then I've been sitting on re-raise and go to market forever and just waiting.
Yeah.
It was prophesized that another douche would appear.
Yes.
And I would have
douche apocalypse. Yeah.
Yes. And I was just waiting, and this finally appeared this week.
If you get 3 douches, is it like instead of a hat trick, is it a fedora trick?
Oh my God. Yes. Holy shit, Dave.
Okay.
A plus.
Thank you. I figured you would like that.
That's so good.
So re-raise is on the Lambo and go to market on the E. Yeah, I mean, it all makes sense except for Porn King.
Yeah. Right? I think go to market makes total sense on the E350. Like,
yes, it does.
That is a salesperson's car.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Re-raise on the Lamborghini also, I think, makes a lot of sense because you are playing fast and loose with all the decisions in your life.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Yeah. And then I don't know what to think about Porn King. I mean, I don't know. I mean, good luck to you, sir.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Or do you do a salute from the crotch?
Yeah, I think you do. And, maybe they got an SUV because they need the extra storage to haul that thing around.
It's just so hilarious. It's such an average vehicle. It's just screaming from the rooftops. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. There's so much to say about it that I'm not going to say on the show.
There's so many other.
Yeah.
I think we go to a different rating category if we go too long on this riff.
I think you're right. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Well, that is a very good one, Ian.
Thank you.
That is a very good one. I have quite possibly the polar opposite of a plate game for you, Ian.
Is it like teddy bears?
Ian, that's not far off. Okay. All right. We're going to the Ian Don't Look license plate game folder. Ian, this was just called Taters.
Okay.
Here you go, buddy.
It was the potato of times. It was the douchiest of times.
Yes.
Tale of two license plate games. Okay, so up top we got a Jeep Grand Cherokee. Grand Cherokee.
Yeah.
And then we've got a Ford. Is that an Escape?
It is.
It looks like it's trying to escape out of this photo.
It is. Yes. Unfortunately, we couldn't get a great picture of it.
And then a Honda Civic, all white, all three of them white.
Yep.
And then Pot Ato potato, okay, potato 5, and taters 2. Taters 2.
Taters 2.
Can we do some zoomies and enhances? Because I see some stickers on the Civic, and
Yes.
I see something on the Escape.
Yes. So the Escape, I think that's just the trailer hitch there. And apologies that the picture is not great.
Okay.
Yeah. The Jeep, we got really nothing. Not even a trailer hitch on it.
No. There's some sort of license plate frame.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Okay. And then the Civic. Uh-huh.
This vehicle makes frequent stops at your mom's house, which is great. It's a Michigan car.
Uh-huh.
You just got passed by a frog on a skateboard, is what it says. And then what's the
circular one is Bad Bitch Club, and it has a little chick, like a tiny chicken chick in there.
Okay.
Yeah. And I can't tell what the little rectangle sticker is next to it.
Okay, I feel like I definitely have a good handle. And there's something stuck to the dash, maybe on the Civic.
There is an air freshener.
freshener.
Yeah, a pine tree air freshener and like a hang down kind of thing from the mirror.
Is that a Yoda or something?
Yeah, maybe a Yoda, maybe a cat, something. I'm not sure.
Okay, regardless, I think I have a pretty good handle on who is driving the Civic.
Okay.
Interesting. Oh, this is hard. There's not a lot of information here.
No, there's not. There's not.
I feel like Taters 2 is on the Civic.
Okay. Why do you say that?
I don't know. I'm reading it in a sassy voice.
Okay.
And I think this person is a little silly, and taters is an inherently silly word.
Okay, but they're late to the game and had to get number 2.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Maybe their partner has taters, just taters or taters 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The Escape. I feel like the Escape is the car that you buy when you didn't do the homework.
Correct.
Right? That's the car you end up when you didn't do the homework. And so Potato 5, that is the plate of somebody who didn't do the homework and is just taking what they can get.
Right.
Without putting any extra thought into it.
I do read that as potatoes myself.
Oh.
The 5 is plural, but I like where you're headed.
Okay. Well, I'm sticking with it. And then Potato, that barely makes sense. And so I feel like that's a Jeep owner's thing.
Okay.
Yeah. I think these are in order.
Okay. Okay.
I'm going off of solely vibes because there's not a lot to go on.
No, there is not. This one is very, very difficult.
And
damn
I think
near
I've
impossible.
Gotten it all wrong, but that's okay.
Ian, here you go.
I got 2 of them. I got one right.
You got one right. Yes, correct.
Oh, man. Taters 2 is pretty hilarious.
So here's my backstory on Taters 2. Okay. And our buddy Eric sent in Taters 2, Steven sent in potatoes, and Peter sent in potato, right? Okay. My backstory on Taters 2 is that this is the person that gets up early and is first in line for a thing, right? And so Taters 2, like they already have Taters on another car. They got Taters 2 on purpose, because like they had the foresight, they had the planning, they showed up, they had the form filled out, they knew exactly what to do. Yeah, I feel like this is somebody with a little bit too much time.
Okay.
Yeah, and I feel like a Jeep Grand Cherokee is a good vehicle for that.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
So, and then I think Potato is just a wild person. Yeah. The frog on the skateboard. Yeah. Wild.
Pretty great.
Wild. Yeah. So, thank you, Eric, Steven, and PETA for sending those in.
Yeah. Yes. Great work, everyone. Good work. Good work, team.
Yeah.
Should we wrap it up with an album of the week and then go to bed?
Absolutely. You can tell I'm crypt keepering over here so hard.
So bad.
Ian?
Well, over here, I have been leaning hard on the Google noise canceling.
Yeah.
I've been tooting up a storm the whole show.
Not a single one's made it through, buddy. Not a single one.
Good job, Tim Google.
That's
his name, right?
Just destroying that new office you got there, buddy. I was wondering why that poster was withering off the wall. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
These walls didn't used to be green.
Okay. All right.
We're gonna go with, because we listened to records together recently, and we were talking about a rapper that we both like, Billy Woods.
Yes, Billy Woods. Yeah.
So we're gonna go with his 2022 album, Aethiopes. Aethiopes.
Yes.
It's a great record. It's got some like really bonkers production on it. There's a track on there with LP.
Oh, fantastic.
And the production on that is really, really like claustrophobic feeling.
Okay.
And I really like it. But there's a lot of great stuff on here, and it's a good one.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Doing more underground hip hop this year. I'm committed. We're gonna do more new underground hip hop.
Okay. Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Oh yeah.
Nice, dude.
Dave, we did a car show and a lot of technical troubleshooting.
Yeah. Yeah. We went through many emotions.
Yes. We saw some douches.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. We saw a house that we want to burn down. How is your living room just a hot tub and a stripper pole and 6 TVs? How is that?
Because you're a man of taste, sir.
Yeah, I am. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm showing my wife that Zillow listing tonight. She might be asleep. I'm going to wake her up for that. Honey.
What a way to wake up.
Wake up, babe. New douches just dropped. Uh-huh.
Well, if you see a douche on the road, 720-515-1391.
Yep.
Douche hotline.
Yep.
apexadjacent@gmail.com. Everyone, thank you. We love you. Goodbye.